How you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm very serious videos I do for the while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I have a great deal of hope for this one. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my back room today, which means we get, boom, Peter Cannon Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I happen to be... I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? It happens to be my Boom! Consume the Divide shirt, which I always really like this shirt. It's very simple, but, makes a cool little statement. That statement is that I like the band Consume the Divide. If you've never heard of Consume the Divide, they're a local metal band out of Illinois. I became aware of them a few years ago. Funny thing was, I actually had run into them years earlier, and I didn't really realize it at the time, but I had made sort of note of it because I go to a lot of shows and stuff. But it wouldn't be until a few years later when, they ended up opening for some bands that I was there to see, and I really took note of them at that point. I was like, these guys are really fucking great. And it turned out they are really great. On top of that, they're really nice guys, and they put out really great music that I'm a big fan of. So, happy to go over there and represent their shirt. I'm also happy I have a few videos of their performances that I've attended that are on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I so hopeful about this, folks? Well, I feel like this should give some of that away, but it happens to be from Signature Select. Boom! It is from Signature Select, which is a in-house supermarket brand, right? It is blended peach pineapple salsa. Medium heat, which probably means absolutely no heat if we're being realistic. Folks, I love salsa. I love peach, and boy, oh boy, do I love pineapple. If you watch my show, you know I'm a pineapple slut. In fact, I have an entire playlist called the Pineapple Playlist, which is a playlist for just pineapple-related reviews. That's where this is going to end up going. But yeah, that's got a blend of crushed pineapple, tomatoes, peaches, onions, and jalapeno peppers. I love pineapple and jalapeno. Our signature is our promise. Signature Select is yeah, okay. So, quality guaranteed or your money back. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to review some salsa. And to be as authentic as possible, I'm reviewing it with, boom, Signature Select tortilla chips, which I guess we'll do a 2-in-1 review a little bit. Sure. 4 simple ingredients. Okay. Now let's try a chip real quick. I've never had Signature Select chips before. But I've reviewed a lot of their stuff, so let's get it. That's not a bad looking tortilla chip. Got a nice crunch to it. Lightly salted. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'd say, I like Signature Select. Typically, I think they have really good stuff. So I'm not that surprised that it's good. Plus, it's a tortilla chip. How hard can you fuck that up? I'm sure somebody knows. But no, I do like that. I'm not going to say it's the best tortilla chip I've ever had, but, it's up there with, any of, the branded ones that I typically buy, so I don't think I would notice any real significant difference. That's good. I like it. But the salsa is the star. It says, refrigerate after opening. I refrigerated before opening. How do you like me now? And I do like that you get a giant thing of it. Salsa is always these little tiny things. This, it was fuck it. Apparently you want all the salsa. Now, because I live alone, I can do this and not be too grossed out. Ooh. Ooh. There's a little heat to it. Well, isn't that a nice surprise? Usually when you see medium, that just means you're not getting any heat. That's really nice. It's nice. It's fruity. It has a nice taste to like the onions and the veg. And there's nothing I dislike about that. But we obviously got to go in with the chips. Not too long ago, I reviewed some pineapple salsa from Newman's Own. That review's uploaded if you're interested at all. So I am getting somewhat similar vibes to that, but like there definitely appears to be more going on with this. But let's get a chip. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it does have similar vibes to the Newman's Own because one of the things I mentioned about that was that it almost reminded me a little bit of like a fruit juice, because you had like the very fruity sort of aspect with it. Plus, tomato is technically a fruit. We use it more as a vegetable, but this kind of has that similar thing. It has like almost like a fruit juice kind of aspect to it, but not in a bad way. And it still has a nice salsa flavor to it. It has like a very nice, vibrant kind of vibe to it. If I have any point of contention with it so far, it's that I wish I was getting. I like the hit that you get from the jalapeno. It's not enough for me. I would like a little bit more. But you do get a little bit. It kind of hits at the back of the throat, which is nice. The only point of contention I have with it right now is that I wish, and this is me, so take it with a grain of salt. I do wish that the pineapple flavor was a bit more pronounced because there's a nice fruitiness to it. But I do feel like with the Newman's Own, the pineapple had a little bit more opportunity to shine. This with the peach aspect, I feel like the pineapple, it's there. It's giving it sort of like a tropical vibe. It's giving it a nice little sort of added acidity. But I feel like the peach is sort of working with the tomato and the other aspects. And it's kind of taking up most of the flavor. I'm not getting like a ton of pineapple flavor. It's more just kind of a general sort of nice fruit flavor. Which isn't, again, it's not terrible or anything, but... Because the pineapple is there. But it just sort of, it kind of ends up being in between the acidity from the tomato and then the fruitiness from the peach. It's good. It's good. I do like it. I'd almost want like more like a pear pineapple pairing. I don't know if that would work or not, but I could see it working. But I do really like this. It's super tasty. It's nice. It's fresh tasting. Again, it's got a nice vibrancy to it. I'm genuinely having a hard time putting this cap back on and putting it away. I wish that I had more time to just gouge and just eat on it, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I have an event to attend in about an hour, so I can't make an entire ass of myself. No, that's honestly really good. Two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. I think, again, I wish there was a little bit more pineapple to it, but I'm not going to hold that too much against it, at least as much as I can possibly not hold it against it, because I always want more pineapple. I wish it played a more prominent role in having that distinct pineapple flavor, but what I do feel that it brings to it overall, I feel like it's pineapple, so it elevates the entire experience. I think even just a normal peach, salsa would be nice, but having that pineapple, I think it jacks up the flavor, it opens it up, it works really well with the tomato and the other veg, and like it's really tasty, and like it hits really hard for me because I like nice and fruity things that it's got a lot of complexity to the flavor. There's sweet elements, spicy elements, sort of again acidic elements to it. I mean, it's not the best salsa I've ever had or anything. Like I would probably err more towards a more traditional style salsa, point for point. But I do like trying these more unusual ones, and it's really cool when they come out and they actually work really nice. And I think that this is the case for that. I'm definitely gonna devour this shit out of that. Like when I get done with my whole thing I gotta do today, that's basically gonna be my dinner for the night. If I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're a traditional salsa person, it's not gonna be for you. I mean, maybe you could try it, but like I think the key thing to take away from it, even though it isn't the most traditional of salsas, is that it's a good salsa. Like, it's really flavorful. The flavors that are there work really nicely. Obviously, if you're not into the, kind of sweeter salsas, it might not be for you. But, like, it's really genuinely nice. Like, I think worst case scenario, if you decide to go over there and roll the dice on it, I don't think you're going to actively dislike it or anything. Again, it just might be kind of like with me where I do prefer like a hotter, more, sort of traditional style salsa. So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spanish rest of the year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly pineapple-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, when it's pineapple, it's always pineapple-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you think pear and pineapple would work? I like to think it would because I love pear and I love pineapple. Better people than me. I'm sure there's been people who've tried to do stuff with it, so I might have to look into that because, no. Like I said, 2 of my favorite fruits, so. But let me know your thoughts. What other fruit pairings are uncommon but you think might work? Hit me up in the comments. Anyway.